This is the Alchemy Workshop, and this is the first video of a series I'll be doing called Nerd-Free 3D Printing. I've been using 3D printing for a few years now. I just upgraded, got a Bamboo A1, not the newest model, but the thing's awesome compared to the Creality Ender I had before. 3D printing's pretty cool. The only thing is I get so burnt out watching videos on it because most of the people are just nerds. And they're printing stupid little trinkets and toys and Pokemon figures. I like to print things that are useful or just cool. So I think half the time I'm not printing, it's because I'm trying to find something to print. I'm going to be getting more into making my own files and designs and all that fun stuff, but that's still ways down the road. I have too many hobbies as it is. So I'm going to be doing a few of these videos where I just show you some of the coolest prints I've done that I think are useful. Some might be a little bit, okay, nerdy, and I've got a couple examples here. Or, I wanted to just try out the AMS now that I can print with multicolor. So I'd try little stupid things like this Australian Black Widow, supposedly. And I mean, that would look kind of cool in the window on a suction cup, but it's PLA, so the sun's going to mess it up. And just testing the printer out, making like cat things. But that scores me good points because I can print stuff for my girlfriend, and then she likes cats, and then she won't complain about me having the printer set up in the living room. I don't want to put it in my workshop because it's dusty and it's humid in there. And even now I have it on the windowsill, and spring is coming, so the sun hitting it, the filament, it's probably not good. I did do the top mount. I just did a short video on that for the AMS, and that's working great. I'm finally testing it with all the spools on, and it's working flawless and saves me a lot of space. So I'm going to start with just a few things here. I'll be doing several videos like this, like I said. We'll start with some of the kind of cool stuff, and I'm going to say the best for last, or right before last, so you don't skip ahead to the end. So I saw the guy who gave me the printer, actually, because he upgraded. It's happened twice now. Every time he upgrades, I get his old one. He had one of these, because I remember one time he came into work, and he was drinking out of a can, and there was a wasp in there. His whole face was totally swollen up. I've had that happen, especially out fishing with a beer or whatever, energy drink, where I'll see a hornet or a wasp land on that drink and go right inside. So these are pretty cool. There's a lot of designs. There's some, I'm sure you can customize them. I just did a plain one. Snaps over the can of your beer or any like normal soft drink can, and it's got a lid to keep the bugs out. As in the summertime too, we get fruit flies like crazy outside that love beer, but also the wasps and the bees and the hornets love beer. And I'm sure it's no better with an energy drink or soda. So these are easy to print. There's quite a few designs if you look at like drink can protector, lid protector, or whatever. Easy but useful. Downside is, again, I've only been printing with PLA so far, and that's not going to be very UV resistant. You could put a UV coating on it. That will help. I'm going to try that on a few things. Eventually I'll start using PETG, but it's just more finicky with the moisture and all that stuff. Next one I found that was really cool, and I'm going to put the links to these down below. I think all of these so far I got off the Bambulabs app on Bamboo Maker World. This is, they have 3 different sizes, so I tried this as a test. It's a hidden shelf. Well, not a hidden shelf. It's a shelf with a hidden compartment. So, as you see, it's got these holes to mount it on the back, and the shelf itself goes over that. And you got a little compartment there you can store your weed in or whatever. Yeah. So I tried the small version, and I thought it was really cool, so I skipped ahead and printed the large version. Which, I mean, I wish it was a little deeper or bigger. I got some filament poop in there. But, yeah, I thought that's a pretty cool design where you can just stash stuff that nobody knows is there. I just like the idea. And floating shelf. Alright, let's move on. This one was pretty cool idea. It's a fox call. Now there's a little membrane that prints, but it doesn't really work. So what they tell you to do is use that membrane to cut out real thin plastic, like the lid of a disposable salad container that you buy ready in or something like that, real thin plastic. I put one in, but I think I overcut it. I don't even see, but it's kind of twisted up in there. So it's a little bit not so high pitched. It should be higher pitched, I think. So I have to mess with that. There's a few redesigns that it prints to try. So I just have to have some time to mess with it. Fox season is just about closed anyways. I'm not really a big fox hunter. But you're going to put it between your teeth, squeeze, and the harder you blow, though. It's supposed to sound like a dying rodent or something to attract the foxes or predators. That's kind of cool because it was very easy to print. I did the multicolor, so whenever you do multicolor, it's going to make it lag longer and a lot of filament poop. But if you go to buy one of those at a store for hunters, a hunting store, they're like really pricey. So if I can get that to work, I got to play around with it. That's worth it. And that's the thing. Sometimes there's stuff that it's cool to print, but when you think about it, you're like, how much time is it going to take? How much filament? And how much would it cost to just go buy it? Sometimes it's not even worth it unless you just really want to make it yourself. Or it's easier to just make it out of something else, like wood. And that's where I'm kind of on the fence about like this Gridfinity stuff and these storage things. They're really cool, but they take forever to print and it takes a lot of filament. So I just kind of try to like experimental kind of couple sets. These are really small and flimsy. I don't even quite understand how I'm supposed to use them. I made a few bins that fit in there. I'm sure I'll get use out of these. Just, I don't know. If you go to hardware stores, you'll find like this stuff already pre-made. It might be Gridfinity, but I don't know if it's worth it, to be honest. I'm still on the fence on that. These little USB cables, a short cable for it, but I'm printing some more now because I didn't realize this was USB micro. They have them for USB micro, and they're actually labeled for micro B, and that's kind of cool. So I'm printing one for USB-C to normal USB, and those will be useful. Another quick one. This is pretty cool. It's all printed. It's a phone holder that pivots up and down. Even the screws are 3D printed, and it works surprisingly good. The only thing that sucks is you're stuck in portrait mode. It won't flip sideways for landscape mode, which really sucks. I was trying to make something like this to do. Lately I'm doing all my videos on my phone, so yeah. It was a little finicky, but I mean, it's actually a pretty cool design, other than I can't go to landscape mode. And it fits I have a Nothing Phone Pro 3S, something like that, which has like it's a cool phone. I love it, but it sucks for trying to fit into phone holders the way the design is of the camera and everything, or that always ends up squishing and hitting the buttons. This actually fit with the case I have for it, fit just right in here. So that was cool, but I don't do a lot of portrait mode filming, so I've yet to really make any use of it. Right now I've got my phone propped up. I made a wall mount for my Starlink modem, which I have yet to put on the wall. So that's holding my phone right now. The guy I got the printer from, you'll see these all the time. He keeps finding parts for it that he's giving me every time I see it work. So he printed one of these. Oops, I opened it upside down. That's one thing that sucks. Anyways, it's a storage for the parts. So it holds your hot ends in here. Hold some of the cutting blades. If I turn, I'm going to drop everything. And, you know, the hex wrenches. Just a kind of cool organized toolkit or parts holder, whatever you want to call it. That is cool if you're getting into printing stuff specifically to fit what you're printing for parts. It's, you know, sometimes a little too time consuming for me, and yeah. All right, so I said I'd save the best for last. I think I went over everything else. All right, this is maybe getting borderline nerdy, but it's involving guns, so it's not so bad. my last 3D printer, I traded it with a coworker. He had a Meta VR, the Meta VR mask, you know, the virtual reality masks, Quest 2, because he upgraded to the Quest 3. And we did a trade, which was a pretty cool deal for me, because that thing, I don't use it a whole lot, but it's pretty fun. It's weird. And there's a game I was playing, I think it was called Red Dead Redemption. It's a zombie game where you got guns and you're shooting. And even with the normal controllers, I found for shooting like a pistol, it was easier to hold it like an actual pistol. And then I saw its design. I was like, oh yeah. It took a long time to print. I can't remember, but took a lot of filament, but it was worth it. So it's these pistol grips. It's like a Glock kind of shape, like a 17, that the controller fits in. They make them for the left and right. There were some extra parts to it like this that I didn't even bother putting on. It's really just the slide comes off and the controller fits right in there. After I was like halfway printing it, see, that's one of the problems I have. Sometimes my printer's sitting there and it's like, I got to print something, make use out of it. And I'll just rush and print something and then later redefine your details. And there's another model. I guess these will fit the controllers for the Quest 3 as well. But there's another model. See this dovetail in the back? It gets kind of in the way. I can still access the buttons, but yeah, it makes it awkward. So there's a version that lets you access the controller buttons a lot easier. Or I could probably just cut this off instead of printing all that again. One thing I didn't think about before making these is, depending where you're at or where you're playing and who can see through your windows, you might not want to print these in black. Maybe a bright orange or something, because I can just imagine, I live in Germany, I own guns, I'm a hunter. And everyone knows that, so that kind of makes it even worse. All I need is a neighbor to see me like with a VR mask going around like crazy with a gun. I guess it was like a bright orange thing, it would be a little bit safer, but just something to keep in mind. I just close my windows. So yeah, I think I have some really cool stuff I printed. I'm dying to show you. That's really useful, also gun related. Except it's at my work right now, because I work on a gun range. And I have it there. I'll pick it up this week and bring it for the next video, because that stuff I was skeptical about it when it worked so cool and it was easy to make. And I took it to work showing people, so now everyone wants me to make them one. But yeah, that'll be in the next video. I have quite a few other like useful things that I have happened to make that are not nerdy Pokemon figures. I just did a short video on mounting the AMS light to the top of the Bamboo A1. If you're thinking about doing that, it's worth it. You're going to save the space. But I would recommend you watch that short video so you don't break your printer. I had a close call with mine, and I've seen a few videos not about that particular thing, but also like the spools falling off and stuff like that, which I'm keeping an eye on it right now because I have a bigger spool on the front with an adapter that doesn't quite fit right, so I just want to make sure it doesn't fall on my hot end and break something. I don't think I'd just be able to catch it if it did, but at least I could stop the machine. So that should be it for now. Anyone who's like found cool ideas that are useful things, and I'm not talking about like something that you can print in 20 hours that you can go buy for probably like $2. You know, that they actually found useful. I'm very interested in those. There's a lot of videos suggesting that, but most of them I watch, I'm like going, oh, that's not that useful, and I could just go buy that for, it's not worth it. Or the stuff is just, it's not functional. So that's kind of like what I'm always chasing with the 3D printers, finding stuff that's functional, it's useful, and helpful to print, that I can't just go out and buy or order from China for a couple bucks, where why waste the filament and time? Because I mean, I'm not running a 3D printing farm. I have one printer, and some of these things will take 20 hours or longer. So when you're tied up with something like that, and then you find something else you want to print, it's a little aggravating, and then you end up wasting all that time printing something that's useless. Try to avoid that. You're going to hit it anyways. You're going to come across that. But yeah, I mean, organization stuff, cool, but takes a lot of time. I really like just the functional stuff that makes my life easier, or just I can have fun with. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below if I'm gonna try to remember to put the links to the stuff. It's all on the Maker's World app. If I forget, you can find it easily. You might find remixes that are better or different versions. I always kind of go through the reviews, and now I try to like really read through it before I just jump in and hit print. It's that's the pros and cons of the A1 upgrade. Is with the app I can print from my phone even when I'm at work. So you kind of just like, oh, that's cool, and I'm going to push print without reading through it. That'll just save you a bit of time in filling it. So that's it for now. Till next time.